just save it directly to your computer and send the file.
Yeah, hang on. Yeah, 1 sec. Just trying to make sure that we're actually recording. All right. So it appears we're good to go, sir.
Awesome. Sounds good. We got a few people here. I'm guessing people might be coming in as we go. But floor is yours. I'm going to back up a little bit, but let me know if you need me. And just a couple of us here. And yeah, excited just to learn more about it.
All right, no problem. I'll take it from here then. Thank you, Michael. So everyone, my name's Tim Carlisle. I am the Division E Director, which is downtown San Francisco. So I work with 5 area directors who each have 5 or 6 clubs. So what I'm going to talk to you about is how the new Pathways program works. How many of you have tried to log on and choose a path? Anybody?
I think a few of us have.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give you a quick broad brush of how to do that. I'm going to walk through the icebreaker speech real quick and then walk through the rest of the path. So here it goes. So first thing you do is you go and you log into the website. It's your first time, you put your email that you gave them and forgot password, and they'll email you a temp password. Then what you do is you go to Access My Path through Basecamp. Taking the assessment, what you would do is you'll go to Continue Path Selection, ignore the $20, first path for everybody is free. You click Take Your Assessment. It's about a 5 to 10 minute assessment. And then based on the way you answer those questions, it will give you something that looks similar to like this. I'm going to actually skip the actual assessment. It will give you 3 paths. Now mine are somewhat grayed out because these are the 2 that I'm working on.
Hey Tim, real quick, sorry to interrupt you. I think that your mic might be a little too far.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about now?
That's perfect, yeah.
Okay, hang on, this is a new headset, so I'm trying it out. Better?
Yeah, perfect.
All right. So what it will do is it will list the 3 most likely paths. You're free to choose any of the 10. To give you some background, 9 of the 10 paths are a combination of communication and leadership. The 10th path, presentation mastery, is strictly public speaking only. I would suggest that all of these are helpful in your job because that's the purpose of changing to this new program. Is it's digital, online, and it's supposed to help you do things you may wind up doing at work, which I have found to be the case. So you choose your path, you click choose your path, and then you click yes to choose it. About 10 minutes later, you can go log on to it. So I'm going to go ahead and go into a path right now. And what you do is when you click Pathways and access your path, it will list something like this, and you'll click Log On as a member. I'm going to pick the Innovative Planning path, just simply because it's one that I have available. So I'm going to go to level 1 first. I'm going to go through the icebreaker speech because I think it's helpful to walk through a project. We're not going to read everything on it. We're just going to kind of click through it. Most of these trainings don't take a long time. To go through it once, it might take you 15, 20 minutes on at worst. But there's a lot of content in there that is helpful. Because sometimes you're learning stuff you've never done. Like if you told me I knew how to do a compelling blog, I would probably laugh you out of the room, but I now know how to do that. So the very first slide when you come into this is navigation. You'll click next to the introduction. It talks about what the beginning of the projects look like. The culmination is a 4 to 6 minute speech. It talks about your assignment. And when you get this gray out thing, you click on the directions and it goes away. Now, one thing that's helpful, I want to go back one. If you see this little disc, don't click on it. The reason is it will completely take you out of the project. There's a little spyglass later on that you'll see, and if you click on that, you can then close that and continue on with your training. So if you click right, it's going to give you an assessment. It says a pre-assessment and a post-assessment. I recommend you take both, but if you don't take the pre-assessment, that's okay. You absolutely have to take the post-assessment every project you work on. If you don't, it will not allow you to finish that assessment, which I'll show you where it gives you a check mark for doing that, so that you can go on to the next assessment and complete the projects, then the level, and then the path. So it just talks about the competencies. It talks about how to navigate through video. It has a short video that we're not going to watch. Now here's where I was talking about the magnifying glass and the disc. If you click the magnifying glass, it pops this up. You can download or print, and you can close it out and still be in the project. If you click the download the outline worksheet, that will take you, you can download it, but then it'll take you out of the project. You have to come all the way back in. Talks about how to organize your speech, writing it out, remembering things, connecting. It talks about how to rehearse. And it just goes through a bunch of different items on giving an icebreaker speech. Then the most important thing here is breathe, overcome anxiety. And it talks about the feedback you'll receive and how to use that feedback. After your speech, how to evaluate yourself, review and apply, complete your assignment. Then you get to where it says your evaluation. Now I'm going to give you a Google Share Drive link to Michael that has all of these evaluations already downloaded. I would recommend you download them to your own share drive and then take those, and then you can share it out amongst your club. You also have Print My Project. Now I told you not to click on things with this, but you're at the end of your project for the most part. If you click here, you can download everything into a PDF that we've covered except the video. That generally proves very helpful. And then finally, you'll click past that. Oh, 1 second, I went past it too quick. This is where you take the post assessment. Since I've already completed it, I can't take it again. And then you click to the next one that says, congratulations, you're done. Now, if you've taken the post assessment, when you close this window out, you'll see this little check mark next to icebreaker. That means it's been completed. Any questions so far?
I think we're good. Most of the people in this club have already done an icebreaker.
Great.
Yeah, we're definitely interested in like the next steps.
No problem. Let me continue then. The next project is called Evaluation and Feedback. You give a speech, get feedback, give it again, incorporating that feedback, get more feedback, and then you also were evaluated by a club member giving a speech evaluation of somebody else. That doesn't need to be like listed on your agenda, you just do it. What I tell people to do is to do this for work, because what do you think your manager's going to say if you say, hey, put this together, I'd like your feedback, and if you can use any or all of it, please do. They're going to be like, wow, that person's pretty much on the ball. So in my case with that project, what I did is I did it for a Veterans Day presentation I had to MC. I did it at my club twice, incorporated the feedback. The third time I did it for 130 people, including a bunch of elected officials at the state and local level, and it went really well. I was pretty happy about that. Research and presenting project is simply find a topic at work is what I recommend, research it, and again, like you did the evaluation and feedback project, you give a speech, get feedback, send it to your boss, they'll probably be happy. You know, and this has worked really well for especially a lot of the folks that I mentor in this program. So I'm just giving you the benefit of the experience. That is the end of level 1. When you finish level 1 and you've got check marks by all of these, this button will go to activate. You click it, it'll click launch, it changes to launch, it pops up a window, you close it out, you click mark complete. And then what you do is it will email the email that your club has on Club Central, the email of record. That may be the president, the VPE, don't know. What I do then is once I've said I've completed it is I email the VPE, and this is depending on how your club does it. I scan and email all of my evaluation forms because I travel to lots of clubs and give speeches. And then I email them that. But whatever your club process is perfectly fine. And then once they do that, they actually go into the Basecamp manager, which I'll send you some stuff on that, and they approve it. And then it allows the VP or the individual can click here and it prints out a nice certificate signed by the CEO of Toastmasters and the International President. All right. So now we're going to go to level 2. Level 2 is all about you. Depending on which path you choose, there's almost always either understand your leadership style, understand your communication style, or both, plus introduction to Toastmasters mentoring. And that is where you're being mentored by a Toastmaster and your experience. These are all one speech each. Pretty easy to do, and then you've completed level 2. Level 3 is where it really gets even funner. You will have one required speech, and they're all different a lot of times. This one's called present a proposal. I'm pretty sure that people do that at work a lot of times as well. Once you do that, what you'll then do is you'll complete that. Well, you can complete that, or you can go to the electives, and then you have a whole list of different projects. You're only required to do 2. In my case here, I did storytelling, and the other one I did was active listening. Active listening, you're a table topics master, and as each speaker leaves, what you do is you recap what they said to prove that you were paying attention, and someone evaluates you on that. I like that one because it doesn't require a speech per se. When you go to level 4, there are only 2 projects. Now this one, Manage Project Successfully, is actually 2 speeches, a 2 to 3 minute speech explaining what you're going to do, and a 5 to 7 minute speech explaining how everything worked for you. This is like 3 to 4 people. It could be anything at work or even at home or on Toastmasters. Then you go to the electives for level 4. There are some really good ones here. Creating a podcast, social media presence. My favorite all time is managing a difficult audience. What you do is you have a paper, 1-page paper, you send it to your Toastmaster, you prepare whatever speech you choose, and you have 5 people that heckle you in different ways during your speech. When I did this at my home club, they told me, Tim, we've seen a little different side of you than we normally do. I think that was okay, but I'm not really sure. So, as I probably should have mentioned, as each level, the projects, I wouldn't say they become more difficult, but they're a little bit more challenging. And in level 5, what you're doing is actually demonstrating your expertise. So high performance leadership used to be a very large project that you did at the end of your Toastmasters program to become a distinguished Toastmaster. Now it's changed a little bit and it's a level 5 project. What you do here is you will actually have a 3 or 4 person guidance committee. And one person has to be a Toastmaster, and you do a project where you have a team of people working for you. This could be a speech contest, could be whatever. You'll send them all 360-degree evaluations. They'll evaluate you, and you'll give a speech at the beginning telling about what you're planning to do, and a speech at the end of how you did it and what actually you learned from it. Then you go to the electives. Again, the electives here are really interesting. Lessons learned, moderating a panel. Moderating a panel and ethical leadership are too long to give in a club meeting. You'd have to do that separately. But as is prepare to speak professionally, which is like those are mostly 18 to 22 minutes long each. But they're all very helpful if you are trying to really become a better speaker. Finally, after you've completed one elective and one required speech at the beginning, you can then finally do reflect on your path. Reflect on your path is designed for you to reflect over all of the speeches and projects you've completed in Toastmasters and Innovative Planning, which is this path, and your reflections on what you learned in the process. So that is walking through an entire path. To give you the numbers, a path is usually somewhere around 15 to 18 speeches, depending on what choices you make. But at this point, I'd like to open the floor for any questions you have.
I have a question. Can you hear me okay?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you.
Hi, this is Brooke.
Hi, Brooke.
Hey, I have a question and sorry, I walked in a little late, so you might have already covered
No
this.
worries.
How long does it take to complete a pathway? Is there a deadline, or is
No deadline. It depends. I'll be honest. It depends on how often you're speaking. If your club is meeting every week and you may speak 2 or 3 times a month, you can complete it in 9 or 10 months maybe. If you're like me, I speak a lot of places, so it takes me less time. To give you an example, one of the guys in my home club is just in level 5. He has been working on his for pretty close to a year. But he wasn't in a big rush, and he took his time and really benefited from it.
And is this something that you complete individually or with your group,
Absolutely individually.
Okay.
It's a self-paced program. You can go as fast or as slow as you want. There's no time limit.
Awesome. Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
Hi, Tim.
Hi.
How are you?
Hi, Babu. How are you?
Good. I made it after all.
Oh, you did. Congratulations.
Yeah. Pathways training. Especially from you, right?
Yeah. Well, I do know a couple of things, but don't.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone else have a question? Yeah, Tim, so there's not that many of us here right now. We have a much bigger club than this, so I'm going to email out the video and the recording. If anyone has questions, you mind if I just send them your way, or I'm sure Bob.
Not a problem. Yeah, that's no problem. I'm happy to do it, and just email me. I'll get back to them. I mean, my cell phone's on my thing. I'm happy to call you back. If I don't answer, I'm in a meeting probably. I'll leave a message and I'll get back to you.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. I mean, we'll reach out. We'd love to have you here if you ever want to come.
I do. It's just, I work at SFO, so it's kind of, and my job is kind of crazy, so.
Gotcha.
I'll make time to come by and see you guys. So I think you're in Division E, aren't you? Well, yeah, Babu's there. Yes, you are.
Yeah, exactly.
I will make a point to come by and see you sometime this year, okay? And then maybe I can provide a little extra training if you'd like it.
All right, that sounds awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Cool. All right, Sam. Yeah, send me the recording whenever you have a chance. And
Will do.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you very much.
Of course. Thank you.
All right. Make sure you send me that form back, please.
Yeah, will do. With
All
all
right.
5. So
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.